Welcome back to Character Select. Dave, back to Deus Ex Human Revolution. Whoa, there was some weird jitter there. Okay. So, we've just successfully saved the day at the Seraph manufacturing plant at Milwaukee Junction, which is always a good time. Antioch Taggart returning company in Mullins Convention Center. Niashia returns in triumph. Neuropazine is so expensive. Gotta get that universal healthcare. So, since the last time that I've recorded this game, or indeed many games, I've had to reformat and reinstall all of my operating stuff. So, you can imagine how much fun that was. It actually wasn't that bad. Most of my settings were saved, and all of my just about everything is good to go. But it's still a pain in the ass, and it took me 3 days to actually push the button to do it, because holy crap, nothing scares me more than losing all my save games and having to start every single game over, especially when you're recording them. But we're here.
The second he was with Purity first, I think someone slipped him into Sandra's group to manipulate those thugs.
You're correct.
Who would know we were developing the Typhoon?
Same people who attacked us last time, Roy. I mean, come on. We were testing it.
Do. My volume on Audacity is a bit too loud, though, so I might spike the microphone. Let me just shift that a bit further away. Hopefully that's a bit better. Hey, Pritch.
Well, if it isn't Mahatma Gandhi himself, come to honor us all with his life-preserving presence. If this is about the Typhoon, I'll get to it in a minute.
Now, Pritchard. I didn't risk my neck to have you lose it in a pile of CPUs and scuzzy adapters.
Well, look at you, using the big words.
I am a killing
Don't
machine,
just
you
because
know.
you hacked through the plant security system so fast that you're an expert on everything computer. There's a reason I can't examine the Typhoon yet.
Do tell.
For your information, I am running a diagnostic sweep on our network and router security to find out how Sanders' hacker got a hold of our codes.
I'd have thought the first question to ask is, whose codes were they? Unless you already know.
Stick to kicking down doors and shooting people, Jensen, and stop trying to do my job. I guarantee you we'll get along better that way.
Well, ooh, I have praxis points. Yes. So I've gotten enough experience points to get 2 praxis points. One of the comments actually mentioned, I don't see why Jensen doesn't just add more, fill himself full of augmentations at this point, because, why not go for broke? He basically has. He's basically like 90% cyborg at this point. But, okay, so we have a couple of different options here. I do want to get the social enhancer at some point, because that thing is actually very useful. Smart vision is not. The Icarus landing system is very, very useful. The cloaking system is incredibly useful. The glass shield cloaking system augmentation bends the light hitting the user, rendering him practically invisible. The effect will work on any wavelength that is part of the visual spectrum, including laser beams. Very important. Glass shield cloaking system is composed of a grid of fine induction wires connected to a deep tissue control implant, typically located in the back or ribcage, which in turn is linked to the brain. The matrix can be layered directly beneath the surface of the epidermis or over the plating of cybernetic limbs. When activated, it generates a tuned, fixed-focus electromagnetic field that temporarily adjusts the frequency of EM radiation around the user. The net effect is a cloak of invisibility, which appears near perfect. It's going to cost both of my points to get that, but I am definitely going to get that. It also drains your energy like nobody's business. This thing, I have 2 energy cells, which means I can only have it active for 6 seconds. Then you can upgrade it to increase the efficiency, and then you can upgrade it to increase the efficiency even further. But Glass Shield is phenomenal. Check this out. See ya. I'm gone. And I'm back. It is basically super stealth. And the getting around... hey, what's up?
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
Hey, you're welcome.
David and Hugh Darrow? Hell if I know. What did Bill Gates and Steve Jobs talk about?
I bet he's trying to convince him to come out of hiding. Make a statement.
Bill Gates and Steve Jobs probably talked about operating systems and making money. Seems logical. Alright, so the first time we came through here, we kind of had to run quickly, because if you take your time in the Seraph Industries area, or in the Seraph Industries area, instead of going to the warehouse, or the manufacturing plant, the hostages just straight up die. But this is my office, see?
All our military contracts. Anyone got a look at it.
Electric system loss, super electromagnetic fields, a Roomba. Can I turn that on? No.
Right. Well, lucky for us.
Proptacular. That's a weird-ass magazine. This is also a great view of the lobby. But let's take a look and see what's going on here, shall we? I love the fact that as the security administrator, I have access to the computer that controls security. Doop. Jensen, didn't know if you were coming back, so I deleted your entire network account. Thanks, Pritchard. I only received the order to set up a new one a few minutes ago, so if you don't like the password I picked, live with it. Login, A. Jensen, password Mandrake. Pritchard. P.S. The password should also work on your home computer. Painkillers? Sweet. Damn it. What am I full up on? Why can I not... Well, let me pull out my guns. Interesting. Okay, my buttons are still working, so that's weird. Must be just restricted here. That's fine. Heck. Because why access a computer when, damn it, fine. I like the idea of software touchscreen keyboard, but I like the haptic interface, the feedback that you get from pushing down on a key. I can't really get used to typing on an iPhone. Mr. Jensen, I meant what I said at the plant today. You saved my life in more ways than one. When those gunmen took my Josie away, I thought, well, you probably know what I thought. Please let me repay you. Josie and I are back home in our apartment. We live in a third-floor condo on Brooklyn Court. You can find the entrance behind the 2nd Street gas station. Stop by next time you're in the city, and I'll have something for you. Sincerely, Greg Thorpe. Adam, I really don't mean to bug you on this, but I think I've got another suspect in those neuropazine thefts. I caught Denzel Mitchell going over my stack of VersaLife purchase orders. He said he wanted to verify the legal address for a contract David wanted him to look over, but he'd have that address on a dozen correspondences already. For a lawyer, you'd think he'd come up with a better defense. Store code is 1364, by the way. Welcome back, Adam. First of all, it really is good to have you back. Things just haven't been the same since the attack, and we're all hoping your return will restore some sense of equilibrium. That and David really missed you. I know your top priority right now is to be with him, but if you have a moment, something I'd like you to look into as well. Someone's been stealing neuropazine. First noticed it about 3 months ago. We seem to be reordering cases from VersaLife far more often than usual. I had Frank run through the lab security tapes, and that's when he realized someone had tampered with them, usually on nights when Will Rossellini was in charge. Frank wanted to search Will's office immediately and even gave him the access code, but I told him to wait. Last thing we need is to start falsely accusing people. When you get the chance, can you speak to Will? He's working in Office 23. Cool. The figuring out the neuropazine thefts is actually not difficult, but has nothing to do with searching people's offices. The only reason you search people's offices is to steal their shit. China Castle Long Shadow, steady climb towards superpower status. China's attitudes towards human rights and the environment have not progressed, and rumors of atrocities against both people and the planet are rife. Too real, game. Too real. Ooh. Damn it! What am I full up on? Get out of here. Does this make him a murder suspect? I'm chief of security. This guy's fine. He's just got a loaded machine pistol. So I can pick up his energy bar and steal his shit. Cool. You know, Denny, for a lawyer, pretty cool dude. Thanks for checking the POs. Would have done it myself, but Sarah's bitch had my number for way too long. She caught me with them. I had been toast. You know she's got Cassie implants, don't you? Anyway, from what you told me, I'm sure Mike Pine's behind these thefts. She's in purchasing. Types out the POs, purchase orders, before Margola signs them. It'd be so easy for her to change the figs after. She's out of the office until Thursday, so you just got to get into her office before then. Snake gave me the code to 27 next door to hers, 41, 45. I'm thinking of letting myself in there and using the air ducts to cross into her office. Don't worry, I won't see if anything goes wrong. Let's see. This conversation was automatically saved in your conversation history. Frenetic Pony is David Seraph. Don't ask me why. We can't let SWAT into that plant. There's too much at stake. I'm calling Jensen in. He's still on medical leave, D. Markovic gave him a clear bill of health last week. And how much pressure was she under, huh? I resent that accusation. Resent it all you like, but you hired me to protect your ass. Got away with the surgeries because of that neat little clause we hid in his contract. And if something happens to him now, it won't. Trust me. It's your call, boss. We saved his life, for God's sakes. I don't think he'll be suing us anytime soon. Dave's asked me to draft a formal letter to TYM declining their oh-so-generous offer. I want to make sure I get the wording correct. Lock your computers before leaving your offices, which nobody is doing. So let's give everybody an abject lesson in security. It is, after all, my job as security. This door is just open. Alright. Hey, what's up?
Finally, someone who can get things done. Welcome back, Adam.
Don't care. Do you guys have anything I could steal? I mean, confiscate for the good of the company. Whoop. Hup-da, hup-da. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. Do I have this code? I do not. Okay. Do I have this code? No.
Considering restrictions.
We don't know that for sure.
And if they hadn't been considering it, Phil Tiger wouldn't have gone to meet
Nope.
that damn-
Excuse me. Alright, so I've already been in 31, so let's go downstairs. 21? Nope. You can also wait until you have upgraded your hacking ability to break in here and get more experience, but it's not actually worth that much. Steal your drinking money. Open your computer. It's come to my attention that neuropazine has been disappearing from the labs. Usually on nights when you're working late. Can you explain this? What exactly are you accusing me of, Frank? Yes, I have taken quantities of neuropazine out of the lab. It's part of my research. I've also logged each and every drop used and placed all unused samples back in the freezer before leaving. And I was not the only one working that late those nights. Talk to Brugger. He'll verify. Don't get me wrong, I'm not accusing anyone, but as Seraph Security Chief, it's my responsibility to stay on top of things. You're terrible at it. Whatever Mega's team was onto with that patient X strand is simply amazing. I ran the test 3 times just to be sure, and none of the usual rejection markers are present. After 8 weeks without neuropazine. This is unheard of, Will. Listen, I gotta take off, but you gotta see the results for yourself. Come by my office, room 32, if by chance the door is locked. There's the code. Recent vacancies. We will rebuild, etc. Fucking corporo speak. Sign of a good leader is one that inspires his people. The sign of a great corporate leader is one that doesn't need to. Whoop. The trick is with these keypads, once you pop in the right code, you can never hack them. So make sure that you're okay with not dealing with that. Don't be pissed at me, D. All I meant when I said it was that maybe, just maybe, they made a mistake. It happens all the time on those crime scenes shows. We never saw the DNA results. Don't you want to believe that Megan could still be alive? She was your friend too, after all. Hey, Gail, you hear they're thinking of cutting vacation days? What the hell? This is the kind of thing companies do when they're about to go belly up. Yes, Lyle just told me. We work our butt offs and they start taking away our benefits. Not cool. I'm starting to get a sinking feeling about this place. Happy hour, overtime policy, free money. Neural hub is... I believe the neural hub is just basically... Hello. Neural hub is just basically an implant that controls all of your other implants. Toot-toot. Toot-toot. Ho up. Tyranny of biology, aka everybody should augment because why be constrained by your stupid flesh? I like being constrained by my stupid flesh. Thank you. Yoink. Excessive vacation requests. Mika is actually taking vacations because she's got post-traumatic stress disorder. Network security. Corpo speak. Door open. Thank you. So yeah, I like the fact that it's 6 months later, but they're still feeling the effects of a lot of things that happened in the intro. Because it makes sense, you know? You don't fucking deal with an attack that kills a whole bunch of your coworkers and just walk it off, you know? Malik's office. Huh, alright. Damn it. Pretty sure I can break into every single office if I just keep breaking into offices, so... Damn it. Boop, boop, boo, doo, boop, boo, doo. Hello? Security manager calling. Tomorrow's Man, the Hugh Darrow story. If you want to read those, I'm kind of pushing them through just so you can see them. Feel free to pause the video, but for the most part, it's a lot of background fluff. Gee, I wonder what his password is. Oh. Backspace. To-do. Idiot. Hendry, you gotta tell me, what the hell was that the other night? First of all, I had no clue you were interested, and no idea you were still in the lab, but when I went to put the extra note pause away and caught you reaching into the freezer, well, needless to say, it was a very pleasant surprise. Thank God Rosaline didn't walk in on us. I guess I'm just full of surprises. I'm stealing your money as recompense for this terrible security that you have. And your candy bar. And you're a bystander. Oh. Was there a vent in here? There is. Hello. I am Security Mans. The Bell Tower Way. Bell Tower is a private mercenary company, or PMC. They handle security and stuff like that. Greetings, Shine Ferret. Nuclear Snake's got an assignment for you. It's come to my attention that someone has been stealing neuropozyne around here for quite a while. You know that stuff costs a fortune, so I suspect someone's selling it to the black market. Need to get to the bottom of this and bring it to David before Jensen does. Feel up to a little late-night detective work? I've got an telecam that's rigged to record while it's inside the lab's freezer, but it'll look strange if I get caught in there placing it. You, on the other hand, are always full of surprises. You up for it? Nothing important there. Okay, so I've broken into most of the offices here. I have legally accessed most of the offices here. I think that's all I can do for now. I have to wait until I get more codes before I can do anything else, but I do need to go talk to Seraph. Right? That's my objective, right? Seraph in the penthouse, meet with Craig Thorpe. Okay. Boop. Boop. Disguised loading screens. It's a really nice looking city. Holy crap. This game is so amazingly amazing to me.
He might not have put the gun in Sanders' hand, but it was Taggart's speech to the UN that started all this.
William Taggart is nothing if not a shrewd political operator. You know that, David.
So for the sake of appearances, I have to look him in the eye and let him bullshit me?
With a smile. Always with a smile. We'll talk later.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I've had better days.
Well, when we're done here, check him with Dr. Markovic at the limb clinic downtown. Get her to get a checkup.
If you insist. Listen, about Sanders?
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that?
You're going to see him doing this a
Sent you
lot.
in there to take care of
The
things.
way he does things.
And I did. The Typhoon is safe. Sanders didn't know about it. He didn't even know his hacker was augmented. He's not the mastermind behind this, boss.
So you cut him a break?
Sure.
The man broke into my facility and took hostages, Adam. I thought you were ready for this.
I am. Today's attack was just a shell game being run by somebody else. I intend to find out who and why, so that it never happens to anybody again.
Good, because so do I. That hacker in Sanders' group, you're sure he was augmented?
I pulled his
Yeah.
cables out myself.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, the police are saying he's not, and they're
that seems
refusing to
weird.
let me see the body, no matter how much money I threaten to pull from their retirement fund.
That's not...
Well, maybe they didn't like being held off so long at the plant.
Is that my head of security speaking? Or the ex-cop? Listen, Adam, I don't want to squabble about this. I need you to get to the bottom of it. You've still got friends on the force. You think one of them will let you into the morgue?
Depends who I run into.
Get over to the station and find a way inside. Because if that hacker was augmented, his neural hub might tell us who he was. Contact me when you've gotten a hold of it.
Boss, what you're asking me to do, it's not exactly legal.
No.
No.
it isn't. You got a problem with that?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Look, Adam. You know the police never fully investigated that first attack, don't you?
Yes, but
But nothing. We lost a lot of good people, top people. And I'm beginning to think Detroit PD doesn't give a damn.
It's Detroit... I
Someone's
mean...
pulling strings to keep us in the dark.
and in your world, the ends justify the means.
My world is your world, Adam. And if getting that neural hub illegally will show us who's behind these attacks, and maybe even help us go after them, yeah, you're damn right it does. So get going.
Seraph is a nice guy that ultimately is not a moral one. Seraph really does believe the ends justify the means, and that's actually not a good position for people to take. Hey, what up?
Were you just speaking to David? I didn't know he'd finished his call. Is everything okay?
As well as can be expected.
Right, like I know what that means anymore. The phone's been ringing off the hook ever since Bill Taggart's little press conference this evening.
Taggart. Seraph was speaking about him when I walked in. What's the founder of the Humanity Front saying about us now?
Oh, he's all sincere this time, denouncing all the violence that's been committed against us, offering to come here in person to express his deepest sympathies.
Right. No wonder the boss seems grumpy.
Can you blame him? If it were up to Luddites like Taggart, you would have died on that operating table. The problem is, he knows how to play on people's fears.
Ideologues normally do.
It can be pretty scary.
Tell that to all the war amps whose lives have been improved because of it. But if Taggart has his way, if he can sway popular opinion enough, then the United Nations will be forced to take a stand. Mark my words, that man is trouble.
You're not technically wrong, but that's a story for another time. Time to raise water bills. So, fun fact, the character that voices the person that voices Adam Jensen is a guy that goes by the name of Elias Tofaxis. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. His voice just sounds like that, and it's like he's got a role on the Amazon Prime show The Expanse, and I was looking for him as soon as I saw the name, But then, as soon as he started talking, I was like, holy shit, that is not a made-up voice. That's just who he is. Okay.
Hey, Jensen, glad to see ya. Damn it, now I sound like his girlfriend or something. Hey,
Tim.
Jensen. Man, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. How are you holding up?
I manage.
I'm sorry about Megan. I know it must be hard. For a while, we thought you were a goner, too. Everything's going to shit. The attack on HQ, and now this mess with the factory.
Yeah, tough times all around. How about you, Corella? You okay?
I don't know. I fucked up. I mean bad.
Who'd you impregnate?
Well, a couple of months ago, me and Tyndall, you know, one of Pritchard's techs, we started sneaking out some neuropozyne from one of the labs.
Jesus,
What?
Tim. You realize this could get you fired. Worse, arrested if the company chooses to prosecute. What were you thinking?
I know. It's complicated. I didn't want to do it at first, but there were good reasons. Anyway, now I want out, but Tyndall has security footage of me stealing the stuff and says he'll expose me if I ever stop helping him. I'm in a bad spot, Adam. I need that footage back. I know you're busy with everything that's going on right now, but I could really use your help.
This is a quest offering.
How about Tyndall? Can't you reason with him?
You could try, but Tyndall's a pretty driven guy. I mean, the guy's like a rock. You'd need a Casey aug or something to crack him.
Casey?
Social enhancer. It's an augmentation designed to read people's reactions and behavioral patterns. Higher end series even allows you to directly influence people with pheromones or something.
All right. Tell me more.
Really?
Adam and
Wow,
Tim are
thanks,
friends
Adam.
from
I thought
before,
I
but
was done for.
they never go into the details.
The security footage will probably be on his apartment computer. Meet me in front of the subway station parking lot once you get a hold of it.
I got it from here.
There's more he can tell you, but that's all we really need to know. Alright, let's get the flock out of here, shall we? So, in the last episode I said I was going to talk about the aesthetics of the game. There's still more talking to come, so it's going to have to wait a little bit.
Brings back bad memories. I love working here, but it's hard knowing that at any second...
God, I can't talk about it. What if another bunch of radicals burst through the door like right now and start shooting?
I know. It's so awful. Because you'd be the first to... I mean, you'd be...
I'd be the first to what?
Die.
Forget it.
Be the first to die. Hey guys. So, tutorial, blah blah blah. Basically, you can choose what objective you want to pursue. But we're gonna head out into the city proper and see what's going on out there.
Mrs. Reed?
Ah, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra. You and Megan were together long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. This is where you work, but to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
And I lost most of my body.
I guess I never thought of it that way.
I'm sorry. It's not proper of me to come here and stir up bad memories, especially after what you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I can't get over how much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
Carefully, because if I don't, my super strong arms will crush everything.
I never asked for this.
He
They
said
say
the
they saved me,
thing.
but I'm not sure saved is the right word.
I understand your anger. I wouldn't take too kindly to people making that kind of decision for me, either. But that being said, I, for one, am glad that you're still among us.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
You're
You think
correct.
there was some foul play involved.
I do. Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies.
Tell me more.
And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more.
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask how I've been, or have the chance to ask her about her day. She was stolen from me. However unjustified this all is, I still want to know why it happened. You're not the same, Adam.
It's kind of a
and we've yet to see
understandable
if it's better
sentiment.
or worse. But I know you loved Megan. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
I do like XP.
I never got a chance to investigate the attack myself.
I was kind of in surgery for
I'll
months.
look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
Why does a detective need to work part-time as a security guard?
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Another quest. Money. Who throws away money? I'll take it though. So let's talk about the aesthetic of this game now that people aren't going to be talking for a while. First of all, as I'm sure you've noticed from all of the areas that we've been in, the predominant color is yellow or gold. There's a reason for that. This is supposed to be the golden age of augmentation, so everything is colored gold. And it's subtle. Like, you don't notice it unless you're looking for it, and then when you're looking for it, you're like, well, of course it is. That just makes sense. But it's a conscious design choice to just make everything, like, golden or yellow. And it's really cool. It's a nice aesthetic. That actually changes as the game goes on, and it's obvious that this period will not last. Which is also super amazing to me. Saltori 7. I remember when gas prices were that high. I don't want to talk to you yet. Tires. Alright, what am I doing here? There's a quest marker.
Some real tight merch. Those Ugg lovers get in my face now, I'm ready to pop.
Grayson, where he at these days?
Yo, where you been, man? He been running shit through that abandoned gas station for weeks.
Oh, word? I wanted to get some upgrades for my Zenith 10 mil.
He can hook you up nice, man. If you go, tell him I sent you. I want a discount next time.
Word.
The other thing worth mentioning is that I did look this up. The reason that people use the word Hansers as a slur is because it's enhancers. So people who enhance themselves are enhancers, and therefore Hansers.
Hello
Hey, what's
there.
up?
Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as
I
a
am
compliment.
extremely expensive, thank you.
She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
I can turn invisible.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence.
Okay.
You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came
I love
down
that
to
the
close
objectives
the case,
update
the bulk
as
of
we're
the
talking to
evidence was
people.
stashed in a storage locker.
Okay.
Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
That's all I need for now.
Cool. So, find out what the captain knew, talk to the investigating officer, look at the evidence. Fair enough. Also, you're a shitty security guard. You just let me walk up here without even asking me who I was going to go see? I mean, Jesus. Whoop. Hello? Hey, it's Mr. Thorpe.
Welcome. I'm glad you came. I can never properly repay you for what you did, of course, but I would like to help out any way I can.
What'd you have in mind?
There's a gentleman named Sarah who works in the area. His business causes him to move around quite a bit, but at the moment he's occupying an apartment in a building on Earl's Court. If you mention my name, he'll give you a discount on his wares. He deals in, well, he's a gun runner.
How does a guy like you know someone like that?
Growing up in my old neighborhood, you learn pretty quick to cultivate certain types of relationships.
Fair enough. Guess I get a free discount on that. Hey, Josie.
I can never thank you enough for what you did.
I mean, you could always start by giving me money, but whatever. So I like the Thorpes. You can rob them, but there's really no point to it. So fuck it. We'll leave. We need more praxis points. The first thing that I actually want to do is talk to the guy in the gas station, sell my extra stuff, and then go to the limb clinic. Because that is also an objective that I have. Hey, what's up?
You got anything you want to buy or sell?
That's a
I'm
really
the guy
nice
you wanna
fucking
deal with.
shirt.
Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
Sell. So, we're going to sell stuff. Don't need those. Don't need those. Don't need as many of these as I have. Actually, I don't even really need more than that. Sell all of those. Sell all of that. I don't need these because I'm not going to blow anything up. You can go away. You can go away. Don't need whiskey. Cool. Alright, that frees up a lot of inventory space. Let's see what he's got for sale. Damage upgrade. Buy that. Is that for the shotgun? Okay. Don't want that. Automatic unlocking devices are actually really cool. If you see a keypad that you can't hack and you don't have a key for, or the code for, then automatic unlocking device will take care of it for you.
Always a pleasure.
Mind if I read your ebook? The Myth of Human Augmentation. You're a terrible guard. I could kill you right now and nobody would stop me. Alright. So first things first, let's grab this, combine it with you, done. Like I said, we're going to try and upgrade that thing to the fucking gills. Hey, what's up?
No trouble tonight, right?
The coloration in this game is also subtle and... The limb clinic isn't here. Is it? Is that the limb clinic? I thought this was the It is. I honestly thought that was the convention center. The coloration is very subtle. Limb is green. Limb's coloration is always green. Green means healthy. But when you start to see things like blue and red, those mean things.
Ah, Mr. Jensen. David Seraph told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see
I'll talk
no
about this in a second.
trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
It's been 6 months, Doc. Shouldn't I be on neuropozyne shots by now?
One would think, but these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I'm free to go?
Well, Mr. Seraph did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Seraph want?
He feels that you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis Kits.
You mean I don't have to wait for my augmentations to kick in naturally anymore?
Can you imagine being in a hospital bed? We had to replace your arms and legs. Don't worry, you'll be able to move them soon.
Thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
So now we can buy these. So, Praxis kits cost $5,000. I just got $5,000 for whatever I want. I'm going to buy both of those. Typhoon ammo, the Typhoon system is built into Adam's augmentations. You have to have at least 1 unit of ammo to use it. The Cyber Boost Pro Energy Bar is, or jar, I should say, is also super useful, so we'll grab that.
Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
Will do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to our Praxis stuff. Pop over to our battery. Upgrade this. So, now our battery will charge in 20 seconds for 1 cell with no delay before charge up begins. And we're also going to get an extra battery. Normally you don't want to do this, but I just bought the Cyber Boost Pro Energy jar, which, first of all, they're fucking huge. Look at this shit. But these restore 3 batteries, so I can use those as needed. Building Wings by David Seraph. Let us help. So, the thing that I wanted to talk about with the glial tissue thing...
Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
More or less. I know it sounds a little hair-raising.
Glial tissue buildup is an actual symptom of rejection syndrome. We don't have mechanical implants. We kind of do pacemakers and stuff like that. Glial tissue is the body trying to fight an infection, which a mechanical augmentation is. So, in this world, they're actually taking the symptoms of augmentation, or augmentation itself, they're saying your body will reject that shit by building up basically scabs forming around your augmentations and causing them to shut down unless you inject yourself with neuropozyne. Neuropozyne prevents rejection syndrome. Adam doesn't have to worry about rejection syndrome for reasons unknown. Ms. Margulis, of course, I appreciate Mr. Seraph's support, which is why I will do my best to explain to my patient exactly what this generous gift entails, but for now, that is as far as I will go. From now on, whatever augmentations he decides to acquire will be his choice and his alone. The patient, not the employer, should be the one to decide whether a half-tested prototype augmentation should be included with all the others or not. An inspection team from the World Health Organization. Family history for Jensen has demonstrated healing ability greater than 2 standard deviations above the mean in the following: speed of recovery, repossession of faculties, post-traumatic memory retention, unusually large quantities of NGF appearing around implantation sites, unique autoimmune disorder, may indicate he will not require neuropozyne injections anytime soon, 1 previous operation 6 months ago, life critical, requiring full replacement of chest cavity and left arm, right arm and legs replaced at behest of employer, authority granted under terms of employment contract. Hey, my chest cavity needed to be replaced, as did my arm. You took my right arm and my legs. Recovery speed being unknown at the time, patient was also fitted with PDOT biochips in all areas of possible neuroprosthetic insertion to reduce need for physiotherapy following any subsequent enhancement surgeries. AKA, he can be further augmented. But, I mean, he's got top-of-the-line everything, so there's no real reason to. I feel like there was another computer in here. Oop, that's a book. Yay! Some of those will give you bonus points, so you always want to read them. Can't go in there. Wards. Was there not another computer in here? Ooh, hello. Yoink. Stolen. I seem to recall an email from somebody basically complaining that David Seraph is a fucking psycho because he ripped off Adam's arm and legs. But I could be wrong on that. Alright.
Protesting is not against the law.
I know that, officer. But some of those guys were carrying tire irons and setting garbage cans on fire.
And
sounds like a good time.
We arrested. The rest were merely exercising their right to free speech.
What about my right to come to work each day without fearing for my life? I've still got to walk home tonight.
There's some actual honest-to-God parallels between that and the anti-abortion movement.
Adam, are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
Also, Adam Jensen has a pretty baller jacket and I want it. I regret my augmentation. Stop playing God! Hostages rescued. It could have been a bloodbath, but we encountered very little resistance. The SWAT team sure took their sweet time. They stood around for hours like they were afraid to move or something, said an unidentified man. Townsend's department is still deflecting blame for mishandling a similar standoff 2 years ago in Mexican Town when a SWAT team killed a 15-year-old teen, igniting a city-wide riot. Feel like we've heard about Mexican Town before, huh? Don't worry, we will again. Alright. So there's other quests that we can do while we're here. Before we move on to the police station.
Get him some cyber paws and cyber fangs and shit. Throw him in the ring.
Dogmentation?
Yeah, word. We should, what do you call that? Register. Patent.
Copyright.
Yeah, copyright. Let's copyright that shit. Dogmentation. Yo, we gotta be rich, man.
I think your spray can is out of paint. Just saying. Do. Boo-doo-boo-boo. I don't think I can actually jump that. Let's try. Made it. Got a praxis point. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to upgrade is... I'm going to save up for the Cassie mod. I got into Tyndall's apartment. Hello? Hello? Security rating 5 my ass. I also need to start upgrading hacking soon. I might actually do that. Because there's not a lot of points left. I need to get enough points to do certain things. Hey, this one's easy. Oh shit.
Access granted.
So that cost me a stop and a stop worm and a nuke worm, but you know, I'll take it. Boop. Too heavy. I just want to pick up the refrigerator and chuck it at somebody. Yes, that is a thing you can do. Yes, it kills them. It kills them very much bad. Hello. Yoink. Apparently he only had one in the chamber. Hey, hello. Lodging you will occupy for the duration of this operation. You will notice a door with a security lock on it. The code for this lock is 1029. Whenever you receive a special delivery, it will be left for you inside that room. CCT. Jack O'Malley. I don't know whose room this is. I do know whose room this is. I'm not supposed to be here. Moving right along. What code is this? 4. Might as well Oh! Fuck. I forgot about that. Walked into the wrong room. That hurt. Okay. Next time on Character Select. Ow! We'll continue exploring Detroit. Ow! So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And, don't just walk into rooms, people. Sometimes they explode. Jesus.